Hey YouTube, this is Raj, and today I'm going to be comparing the Sharpness, the Smite, and the Bane of Arthropods enchantment, basically telling you which one is better. So why don't we get started? So before we get started, I should explain that these three enchantments are incompatible with each other, so you have to choose one of the three to put on your sword or your axe. So let's start with the Bane of Arthropods enchantment. So the maximum level is 5. Each level does 2.5 damage, so the maximum level of damage you can do is 12.5, and this is specific to arthropods in the game. So when you also hit the mob, it'll give it slowness 4 for 0.5 seconds per level, so the maximum is 3.5 seconds. It will have slowness 4. Now if you're wondering what the hell arthropods are in the game, they are spiders, bees, endermites, cave spiders, and silverfish. So as you can see, there is not a lot of mobs that this is specific to, so I would say it's not the greatest of enchantments. And the next one is the Smite Enchantment. Now the maximum level is 5, so it basically does the same thing. It does 2.5 damage per level, so the maximum is 12.5, and this is specific to undead mobs. And I should explain that that's 12.5 on top of the already damage you would do. So it can do a lot of damage to a mob. So if you're wondering which ones are the undead mobs in Minecraft, they are skeletons, zombies, wither skeletons, zombie pigmen, skeleton horses, strays, husks, phantoms, and drown. So you can see there's quite a bit of mobs that you actually can do a lot of damage to. So the last enchantment is Sharpness 5. Now the thing about Sharpness 5 is, unlike the other two that are specific to certain types of mobs, this one applies to all mobs. So the maximum level is 5, and what it does is 1 default damage and then 0.5 damage per level. So the maximum amount of damage it can do is 3.5. So as you can tell, that's quite a big difference in the other two. You're only doing 3.5 damage with this one, and with the other two you're doing 12.5, but this applies to all mobs. So the last thing is that in order to put Sharpness 5 onto your sword or axe, you have to use an anvil to do that. The only exceptions to this are gold, which allow you to actually enchant either a sword or axe with Sharpness 5, but the durability isn't that great on gold, so it doesn't really matter. So the last thing that we're going to do is test out these swords. So I have a Bane of Arthropods sword, and there's a spider here, and we're going to see how many hits it takes before it kills the spider. It should only take 1 or 2. So as you can tell, it instantly killed the spider. So it's definitely very effective when killing spiders to have that enchantment on there. So the next one, I'm going to test out the Smite Enchantment. So if you can tell, it's pretty much instantly killing them when I hit it with them. Now let's test out the Sharpness Enchantment. So you can see it took about 2 hits. So that was the 3 enchantments. If you're wondering which one I would say is the best, I'd probably say the Sharpness because it applies to all mobs, even though it does less damage. As where with the Arthropods one, it's so specific to a certain type of mob, it's not really that useful. I mean, the Smite one's sort of useful because at least there's a lot of undead mobs you can actually use it on, but I mean the Sharpness applies to all of them, so it's the most useful. So if you like this video, you can check out the individual enchantment videos and also a sword enchantment guide and also the axe enchantment guide to get more information. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you want me to keep producing content, please give me a subscribe. You can always leave a comment, I appreciate that, and stay classy YouTube. This is Raj.